Hello guys, I'm Shahab Wali. So today I'm back with a new video for you people. So before starting our video, if you haven't subscribed my channel yet, so please subscribe my channel and thumbs up for this video. And don't forget to share this video. So guys, today I'm gonna share with you the history of Angola. Angola is a country in southwestern Africa. The country's name derives from the Kimbundu word for king. It was first settled by Sand hunter-gatherer societies before the northern domains came under the rule of Bantu states such as Congo and Ndongo. From the 15th century, Portuguese colonists began trading, and settlement was established at Luanda during the 16th century. Portugal annexed territories in the region which were ruled as a colony from 1655, and Angola was incorporated as an overseas province of Portugal in 1951. After the Angolan War of Independence, which ended with an army mutiny and latest coup in Lisbon, Angola's independence was achieved on November 11, 1975 through the Alvor Agreement. After independence, Angola later entered a period of civil war that lasted up until 2002. A 1974 coup in Portugal established a military government led by President António de Spinola. The Spinola government agreed to give all of Portugal's colonies independence and handed power in Angola over to a coalition of the three largest nationalist movements, the MPLA, UNITA, and the FNLA, through the Alvor Agreement. The coalition quickly broke down, however, and the country descended into civil war. The MPLA gained control on the capital Luanda and much of the rest of the country. With the support of the United States, Zaire and South Africa intervened militarily in favor of the FNLA and UNITA, with the intention of taking Luanda before the declaration of independence. In response, Cuba intervened in favor of the MPLA. In the meantime, the South Africans and UNITA had come as close as 200 kilometers to the south of the capital. The FNLA and Zairean forces as far as Kifangundo, 30 kilometers to the east. With Cuban support, the MPLA held Luanda and declared independence on November 11, 1975. The day the Portuguese left the country, Agostinho Neto became the first president. FNLA and UNITA proclaimed their own short-lived republics, the Democratic Republic of Angola and the Social Democratic Republic of Angola, on November 24, 1975, for the zones they controlled, with Holden Roberto and Jonas Savimbi as co-president, dissolved after January 30, 1976. By the end of January 1976, the MPLA, Army, FAPLA, and the Cubans had all but crushed FNLA, Zaireans, and UNITA, and the South Africa forces withdrew. On May 27, 1977, a coup attempt, including some former members of the MPLA government such as Nito Alves, led to retaliation by the government and Cuban force, resulting in the death of thousands, if not tens of thousands. Alves was tortured and killed. The movement is known as Fraccionismo. The proxy war continued. The MPLA government, recognized internationally, although not by the United States, requested the Cuban forces remain in the country. Led by Jonas Savimbi, UNITA received clandestine support from the US and other nations and took up military resistance in the southeast of the country, while the MPLA government was supported by the USSR and Eastern Bloc countries. South Africa continued to pursue South West Africa People's Organization (SWAPO) forces in southern Angola, soon established bases and increased support of UNITA, which gained control of more and more territory. In an effort to deliver a final blow to UNITA and to drive South Africa out of the country in 1987, the People's Armed Forces for the Liberation of Angola (FAPLA), with Soviet support, launched a campaign fraught with failures and defeats. Again, the Cubans intervened, stopping the UNITA and South Africa advances, leading the Battle of Quina Valley from January 13th to March 23rd, the largest battle in Africa history since World War II. The MPLA and the US had been in negotiations for a peaceful solution since June 1987. The US agreed to include the Cuba in direct talks. Cuba joined the negotiation January 28, 1988. South Africa joined March 9th. Angola, Cuba, and South Africa signed the Tripartite Accord on December 22, 1988, in which the withdrawal of Cuban troops from Angola was linked to the retreat of South African soldiers from Angola and Namibia. The Bikes Accord in 1991 spelled out an electoral process for a democratic Angola under the supervision of the United Nations. MPLA won the first round with 49% of the votes against 40% of UNITA. UNITA leader Jonas Savimbi rejected the result and returned to war. A second peace accord, the Lusaka Protocol, was brokered in Lusaka, Zambia, and signed on November 20, 1994. The peace accord between the government and UNITA provided for the integration of former UNITA inshore grants into the government and the armed forces. However, in 1995, localized fighting resumed. A national unity government was installed in April 1997. but serious fighting resumed in late 1998 when Savimbi renewed the war for a second time, claiming with the MPLA was not fulfilling its obligations. The UN Security Council voted on August 28, 1997, to impose sanctions on UNITA. The Angolan military launched a massive offensive in 1999 that destroyed UNITA conventional capacity and recaptured all major cities previously held by Savimbi's forces. Savimbi then declared that UNITA would return to guerrilla tactics, and much of the country remained in the turmoil. The extended civil war rendered hundreds of thousands of people homeless. Up to 1 million lives may have been lost in fighting over the past quarter century. It only ended when Savimbi was killed in 2002. So guys, this was the history of civil war of Angola. If you really like this video, so please thumbs up for this video and subscribe my channel, and don't forget to share this video. Thank you and have a great day.